Have you ever found yourself pondering why certain individuals seem to diminish as they reach their 80s, while others continue to flourish, even into their 90s or past 100, brimming with vitality and a clear sense of direction? The key to unlocking a long and genuinely vibrant life extends beyond mere chance or the genetic lottery you were handed. Instead, it lies within a collection of intentional, powerful choices that are accessible to virtually anyone. In this discussion, we are set to explore 5 transformative insights, supported by authentic life experiences and enduring wisdom passed down through generations. Stay with us until the conclusion to grasp how these fundamental truths can reshape your own future, empowering you to live not merely longer, but significantly better. Before we delve into these lessons, your support truly helps our channel grow. If you find value in our message, please take a moment to like this video. It assists us greatly in continuing to share insights from the perspective of seasoned experience. The pursuit of knowledge and maintaining an inquisitive spirit are ageless energies that keep us feeling dynamic, connected, and truly present in our lives, regardless of the number of candles on our birthday cake. Can you picture someone well into their golden years, perhaps in their 90s, whose eyes still sparkle with excitement when discussing their interests? Imagine that individual enthusiastically embracing a new pastime, diligently working to master a fresh skill, or exploring unfamiliar aspects of the world with the wonder of someone much younger. This isn't merely an endearing characteristic. It's compelling evidence of the profound link between continuous learning and sustained vitality. When we cease seeking new understanding, we risk entering a state of stagnation, almost as if permitting time's passage to accelerate. Conversely, a mind that stays engaged, perpetually hungry for comprehension, possesses an extraordinary capacity to help maintain a youthful body and a resilient spirit. If you haven't already, we encourage you to subscribe to Old Age Wisdom and activate the notification bell, ensuring you never miss out on future discussions like this one. Consider historical figures such as Benjamin Franklin, whose boundless curiosity was a defining trait throughout his long life, well into his later decades. At 70 years old, an age when most contemporaries would have long settled into retirement, Franklin remained actively involved in pioneering electrical experiments, deciphering the nature of lightning, and inventing the essential lightning rod. His unwavering quest for discovery not only left an indelible mark on history, but also kept his intellect sharp, his life purposeful, and his connection to the surrounding world robust. Or reflect on a more recent figure, Nola Oakes from Kansas, who, at the impressive age of 95, accomplished something many would deem out of reach. In 2007, she proudly received her bachelor's degree, studying alongside peers several decades her junior, and subsequently embarked on pursuing a master's degree. Nola's journey serves as more than just inspiration. It's a potent reminder that the pursuit of learning recognizes no age limit. Her steadfast determination to grow intellectually fueled her sense of purpose and kept her deeply engaged with life in a meaningful way. The takeaway message is unmistakable. To lead a long, significant, and energetic life, we must perpetually embrace exploration and learning. Your brain stands as your most formidable asset for achieving longevity, capable of forging new neural connections even as the years advance. Scientific research solidly supports this notion. Numerous studies indicate that participating in mentally stimulating activities, such as reading challenging material, tackling puzzles, or acquiring a new language, can effectively postpone cognitive decline and significantly boost overall feelings of well-being. However, this concept extends beyond formal schooling or structured educational programs. It fundamentally involves cultivating an attitude of persistent curiosity. Pose questions about the world that surrounds you. Select a book covering a subject you've never previously investigated. Watch an enlightening documentary, attend an interesting lecture, or initiate a conversation with someone holding a viewpoint different from your own. Each instance of discovery, regardless of its scale, acts like adding kindling to the fire of your personal vitality. Curiosity doesn't just contribute to a youthful outlook, it enriches every single moment, transforming ordinary days into chances for awe and personal development. It builds resilience, assisting you in adapting to life's inevitable shifts with greater ease and enthusiasm. Whether you find yourself at 25 or 95, the decision to continue learning represents a firm commitment to remaining fully alive in the deepest sense of the term. Therefore, welcome the unfamiliar, actively seek novel ideas, and allow curiosity to be the steady rhythm sustaining a life lived to its fullest potential. Now, let's discuss movement. One of the most subtle yet dangerous threats to a long life, especially after turning 80, is physical inactivity. The very instant you permit yourself to adopt a predominantly sedentary lifestyle, your body initiates a slow but steady decline, gradually losing strength, flexibility, and overall energy. Becoming inactive isn't merely a passive condition. It actively contributes to worsening health by weakening muscles, causing joints to stiffen, and diminishing the resilience of your cardiovascular system. The supporting evidence is compelling. A consistent lack of movement is strongly associated with numerous age-related health issues, ranging from heart conditions to cognitive impairment. Yet, within this reality lies an empowering truth. Remaining active doesn't necessitate engaging in extreme athletic endeavors or enduring exhausting workout routines. Instead, the focus should be on thoughtfully integrating purposeful and enjoyable movement into the very fabric of your daily existence. Choosing activities that genuinely align with your personal interests and physical capabilities. If you are finding these insights beneficial, please consider liking this video or subscribing to Old Age Wisdom. Your support encourages us to continue creating helpful content for our community. Consider the extraordinary life of Jean Calment, recognized as the longest-living woman with verifiable records, who reached the remarkable age of 122. Her secret wasn't rooted in some intricate fitness plan or an inaccessible lifestyle. It was remarkably simple, consistent, everyday movement. Calment continued to ride her bicycle well into her 100s, a powerful illustration of the benefits derived from staying active through an activity she found natural and fulfilling. Her story isn't an anomaly, but rather a guiding light, showcasing what becomes possible when movement is embraced as a lifelong habit. Similarly, observe the shepherds of Sardinia, an area designated as a blue zone celebrated for its unusually high number of centenarians. These individuals routinely walk several miles each day, navigating challenging, rugged landscapes, not driven by a sense of obligation, but because it is an intrinsic part of their traditional way of life. Their movement is inherently purposeful, deeply connected to their environment, and sustainable over many decades. The lesson imparted here is unambiguous. Yielding to the tempting comfort of the sofa is a conscious choice that can potentially shorten your valuable years. Sedentary habits don't just temporarily slow you down. They can effectively accelerate the aging process, making it progressively more difficult to regain physical momentum once it's lost. The antidote, however, is equally clear and accessible. Identify forms of physical activity that genuinely bring you joy and integrate them as non-negotiable elements of your daily or weekly routine. This could manifest as brisk daily walks through a local park, finding pleasure in dancing to your favorite tunes, tending to a garden, enjoying swimming sessions, or practicing gentle yoga. The crucial elements are consistency and personal enjoyment. Movement should feel like a celebration of your body's capabilities, not a form of punishment or obligation. Scientific understanding firmly supports this approach. Regular physical activity demonstrably improves blood circulation, strengthens bones, elevates mood through the release of endorphins, and sharpens cognitive functions. It serves as a comprehensive defense against the gradual wear and tear associated with aging. Even engaging in moderate levels of movement, such as a brisk 30-minute walk most days of the week, can substantially lower the risk of developing chronic diseases and notably enhance your prospects for a longer life. The inherent beauty of this principle lies in its broad accessibility. Movement is available to nearly everyone, irrespective of age, current fitness level, or available resources. Let's turn our attention to the vital importance of our social connections. Loneliness represents a quiet, pervasive epidemic, carrying consequences far more serious than many people realize. It transcends simply feeling a bit down or isolated occasionally. Chronic social isolation can significantly shorten your lifespan, with research equating its negative health impact to that of smoking a pack of cigarettes daily or living with obesity. Conversely, strong social connections function as a potent life-enhancing elixir, forming a cornerstone of longevity and overall vitality. To truly thrive, not merely survive, requires consciously investing time and effort into your relationships, intentionally building and maintaining a robust social network that provides support through both the joyful peaks and challenging valleys of life. Why is this aspect so critically important? Humans are fundamentally social beings, evolutionarily hardwired for connection and community. Our ancestors' survival depended heavily on banding together, and that deep-seated evolutionary imprint persists within us today. Meaningful social bonds demonstrably reduce stress levels, significantly bolster mental health, and can even enhance physical resilience. A pivotal 2010 meta-analysis conducted at Brigham Young University, which examined data from 148 studies involving over 300,000 participants, revealed a striking finding. Individuals possessing strong social ties exhibited a 50% greater likelihood of survival over a specific follow-up period compared to those with weaker social connections. The data presents an undeniable conclusion. Relationships are not merely pleasant additions to life. They are fundamentally life-sustaining. Consider real-world illustrations of individuals who flourished well into advanced old age. Take, for example, the beloved comedian George Burns, who lived to be 100, continuing to share jokes and captivate audiences almost until his final days. A key aspect of his longevity? He was seldom alone, constantly enveloped by friends, professional colleagues, and an ever-present atmosphere of laughter and engagement. Burns remained actively involved and energized by his social world. Similarly, look towards the Okinawans, inhabitants of one of the world's longest-living populations. A significant contributor to their longevity is the tradition of moai, lifelong friendship groups typically formed during childhood. These closely knit circles offer invaluable emotional support, a shared sense of purpose, and mutual accountability. Whether celebrating life's joys or navigating difficult times together, moai function as more than just social clubs. They serve as essential lifelines, ensuring that no member feels isolated or adrift. Contrast this supportive environment with the potential fate of those who increasingly withdraw from social interaction. Social isolation doesn't just cast a shadow over your mood. It can actively accelerate cognitive decline, weaken the effectiveness of your immune system, and sharply increase the risks for developing heart disease and depression. The landmark Harvard study of adult development, which has meticulously tracked the lives of its participants since 1938, discovered that the quality of an individual's relationships at age 50 served as a more accurate predictor of their health and happiness at age 80 than factors like cholesterol levels or income. The message is stark. Loneliness doesn't just inflict emotional pain. It can be detrimental to physical health. So, how does one effectively build and carefully nurture their social circle? It commences with conscious intention. Meaningful relationships rarely materialize spontaneously. They demand consistent effort, particularly as life circumstances change, schedules become busier, or physical mobility potentially decreases. Thoughtful steps include prioritizing quality connections over sheer quantity, being proactive in reaching out, diversifying your social interactions, embracing vulnerability to foster deeper trust, leveraging technology thoughtfully to bridge distances, practicing generosity in supporting others, and demonstrating commitment by working through inevitable relationship conflicts rather than immediately withdrawing. Building your social support system is an ongoing, lifelong endeavor, not a one-time task, but the rewards, a profound sense of belonging and shared human connection, are immeasurable. Moving on to nutrition, the familiar saying, "You are what you eat," assumes profound importance as we navigate our later years, particularly after reaching the age of 80. During this phase of life, the body often becomes increasingly sensitive to the quality of the nourishment it receives. Consequently, the choices made at the dining table can significantly influence whether you fortify your vitality or inadvertently hasten physical decline. Food serves as far more than simple fuel. It represents the fundamental raw material required to rebuild cells, sustain organ function, and ultimately shape the long-term trajectory of your health. A diet consistently heavy in processed convenience foods, characterized by high levels of refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives, effectively acts like a slow-acting detriment, accelerating bodily inflammation, increasing oxidative stress, and contributing to the development or worsening of age-related conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive impairment. Conversely, embracing a nutrient-dense diet centered around whole foods, abundant in essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and healthy fats, can substantially bolster your body's natural resilience, promote longevity, and help preserve both mental sharpness and physical functionality well into advanced age. To approach eating with intention is, in essence, to make a direct investment in a future where you aspire to remain active, mentally acute, and full of life. Historical and cultural precedents clearly underscore the potent impact of purposeful nutrition. Consider the reported case of Li Qingyuan, a Chinese herbalist reputed to have lived for over 190 years. While precise historical verification remains debated, his extraordinary longevity was largely attributed to a disciplined, predominantly plant-based diet focusing on nutrient-rich herbs like ginseng, goji berries, and licorice root, thoughtfully combined with a lifestyle emphasizing moderation and balance. Although the extremity of his claimed age might invite skepticism, the core principle underpinning his approach resonates strongly with modern scientific understanding. A diet primarily rooted in natural, unprocessed foods demonstrably supports cellular repair processes and promotes overall systemic health. Similarly, the Mediterranean diet, extensively researched for its strong association with longer lifespans and reduced rates of chronic illness, places emphasis on whole grains, legumes, vegetables, fruits, nuts, olive oil, and moderate consumption of fish and, traditionally, wine. Populations residing in regions like Sardinia, Italy, and Ikaria, Greece, integral parts of the renowned Blue Zones, where centenarians thrive, consistently adhere to dietary patterns that prioritize plant-based foods, lean proteins, and healthy fats over heavily processed alternatives. These communities typically don't engage in dieting in the restrictive, fad-driven manner often seen elsewhere. Instead, they consciously nourish their bodies with purpose, viewing food as both medicine and a vital source of sustained energy and well-being. The scientific rationale clarifying nutrition's crucial role in the aging process is equally persuasive. As we age, the body's efficiency in absorbing nutrients can diminish, and metabolic processes tend to slow down, making it increasingly critical to consume foods that offer maximum nutritional value per calorie. For instance, antioxidants, plentifully found in vibrantly colored fruits and vegetables such as blueberries, spinach, and sweet potatoes, actively combat oxidative stress, a key underlying factor in aging that damages cells and DNA over time. Omega-3 fatty acids, abundant in fatty fish like salmon as well as in flax seeds, provide crucial support for brain health and help reduce inflammation throughout the body, potentially lowering the risk factors associated with Alzheimer's disease and cardiovascular problems. Protein, an essential nutrient sometimes overlooked in older adult diets, is vital for maintaining muscle mass and strength. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle, can be effectively mitigated through adequate intake of high-quality protein sources like beans, lentils, eggs, or lean meats. Furthermore, dietary fiber, primarily found in whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, supports optimal gut health, an area of burgeoning research increasingly linked to immune function and even mood regulation. Conversely, excessive consumption of heavily processed foods is known to disrupt the delicate balance of the gut microbiome, cause unhealthy spikes in blood sugar levels, and promote chronic systemic inflammation, all of which gradually erode overall health over the long term. Centenarians, as consistently observed in longevity studies, rarely adhere to trendy, restrictive diets or obsessively count calories. Instead, they generally follow a principle of mindful nourishment, eating primarily to sustain life and maintain vitality rather than merely indulging in fleeting cravings or excessive portions. This approach doesn't necessarily equate to deprivation. Many long-lived individuals derive deep enjoyment from their food, often savoring meals as important social and cultural rituals. In Okinawa, Japan, another designated blue zone, the cultural practice of hara hachibu, eating only until you feel about 80% full, promotes moderation naturally, without necessitating sacrifice of enjoyment. Their traditional meals are typically colorful, varied, and packed with locally sourced vegetables, tofu, and modest amounts of fish, reflecting a dietary balance that supports both physical well-being and a connection to their heritage. To effectively adopt this principle in your own life, begin by thoughtfully re-evaluating your relationship with food. Prioritize incorporating whole, minimally processed ingredients into your daily meals. Think in terms of vibrant salads, hearty soups, and satisfying grain bowls rather than relying heavily on fast food or sugary snacks. Experiment with using a variety of herbs and spices, which not only enhance flavor profiles, but also deliver potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant benefits. Turmeric, garlic, and rosemary are excellent examples. Plan your meals with diversity in mind to ensure you receive a broad spectrum of essential nutrients. If feasible, consider sourcing some of your food locally or even growing a few herbs and vegetables yourself, thereby fostering a deeper connection with what you consume. And never underestimate the profound power of community. Sharing meals with loved ones can significantly amplify the emotional and psychological benefits of eating well, reinforcing the strong social bonds that are another hallmark characteristic of long-lived cultures worldwide. Finally, let's explore the fifth crucial element: finding purpose, discovering a compelling reason to greet each new day. Residing at the very core of a long and genuinely fulfilling life is a profound, yet elegantly simple truth. Possessing a sense of purpose acts as the most powerful catalyst for longevity. After all, what intrinsic value lies in reaching 100 years or even beyond if each day feels inherently empty, lacking clear meaning or a guiding direction? Cultivating a deep, personal sense of purpose transcends being merely a motivational catchphrase. It functions as a fundamental driving force behind physical, mental, and emotional vitality. It represents the inner spark that motivates you to get out of bed each morning, the internal compass that steers your daily choices, and the resilient fuel that sustains your spirit through life's unavoidable challenges and setbacks. This fifth and ultimate secret to achieving a vibrant, extended life revolves entirely around identifying your personal why. A reason for living that resonates so profoundly within you that it essentially becomes the very heartbeat of your existence. It's crucial to understand that purpose isn't necessarily about undertaking grandiose gestures or pursuing world-altering ambitions, although it certainly can encompass these for some individuals. More fundamentally, it's about clearly identifying what imbues your life with a feeling of genuine worthiness. This sense of purpose might manifest in nurturing your family relationships, dedicating yourself to mastering a particular craft or skill, actively contributing to the well-being of your local community, or perhaps simply finding joy in spreading kindness and positivity to those around you. A consistent body of research demonstrates that individuals who report having a strong sense of purpose tend to experience longer, healthier lives. For instance, extensive research conducted by the Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center found that people articulating a clear purpose in life were significantly less likely to develop Alzheimer's disease and also exhibited slower rates of cognitive decline over time. Another notable study, published in the prestigious medical journal The Lancet, revealed that older adults possessing a defined sense of purpose had a markedly lower risk of mortality during the study period, even after researchers carefully controlled for potentially confounding factors such as wealth, level of education, and baseline physical health. Purpose, it strongly appears, doesn't merely enrich the quality of your days. It actively fortifies both your body and mind against the gradual erosions typically associated with the passage of time. Consider the inspiring story of Fauja Singh, who, at the remarkable age of 100, was still actively participating in and completing marathons. Born in India in 1911, Singh didn't even begin running until he was in his late 80s, following the profound personal losses of his wife and son, which left him grappling with deep grief. What propelled him forward wasn't solely physical fitness, though his athletic achievements were undeniably extraordinary. It was his deeply held purpose to inspire others, particularly those of younger generations, to embrace health, resilience, and the potential within themselves. Singh's personal mission provided him with a compelling reason to train rigorously, to consistently push his physical limits, and to show up at race events radiating a smile that clearly communicated unwavering determination. His life story vividly illustrates a universal truth. Purpose doesn't just add more years to your life. Crucially, it adds more life to your years. The Japanese concept of ikigai offers another valuable perspective through which to understand this essential secret to longevity. Roughly translating to a reason for being, ikigai centers on discovering that unique intersection where your passions, talents, personal values, and the needs of the world harmoniously converge. In Okinawa, one of the world's well-documented blue zones, regions noted for their exceptionally high concentrations of centenarians, ikigai isn't merely an abstract concept. It's a deeply ingrained cultural cornerstone. For some Okinawans, their ikigai might be found in tending a garden that nourishes their family. For others, it could involve teaching traditional crafts to preserve cultural heritage, or simply serving as a source of wisdom and guidance within their community. Okinawans generally don't pursue purpose as some lofty, distant ideal. Rather, they live it organically, interwoven into the fabric of their daily routines and interactions. This quiet, consistent dedication to something larger than oneself is widely recognized as a key factor contributing not only to their extended lifespans, but also to their reported high levels of overall life satisfaction. Purpose can manifest in countless diverse forms, and importantly, it doesn't need to remain static throughout one's life. For one individual, purpose might initially center around raising children, then later transition into mentoring younger people or engaging in volunteer work. For another, it could be a lifelong dedication to artistic expression, scientific inquiry, or spiritual practice. Consider, for instance, the life of Anna Mary Robertson Moses, more famously known as Grandma Moses. She embarked on her painting career in her late 70s, following a long life dedicated to farming and raising her family. Her vibrant, nostalgic artworks captured widespread attention, and she continued creating prolifically well into her 90s, driven by a newfound purpose to share her unique artistic vision with the world. Even at 100 years old, she was still painting, her spirit undimmed, precisely because she possessed a clear reason to keep going. Her life powerfully underscores the truth that purpose can evolve over time, and that it is genuinely never too late to discover or redefine it. Discovering your personal why isn't always a straightforward process, especially within a contemporary world that often seems to prioritize productivity and external achievements over intrinsic meaning. It necessitates honest introspection and self-reflection. Ask yourself probing questions. What activities make me feel truly alive and engaged? What unique contribution, no matter how seemingly small, do I genuinely wish to make to the world around me? What potential experiences or actions would I most regret not pursuing if I look back on my life? These kinds of inquiries can serve as valuable guideposts, directing you toward greater clarity about what truly matters to you. For some individuals, purpose naturally emerges from deep connections, being a reliable source of support for family or friends. For others, it might be found through acts of creation, service to others, or the ongoing pursuit of knowledge. There is no single right answer or universal formula. However, the very process of actively seeking purpose is, in itself, a life-affirming journey. It invites you to thoughtfully explore your core values, rekindle your passions, and consider the legacy you ultimately hope to leave behind. The tangible benefits derived from having a sense of purpose extend far beyond the abstract realm. Physiologically, it functions almost like a protective shield. It helps lower stress levels by providing a sense of control and direction in life, which, in turn, reduces the production of stress hormones like cortisol that can gradually erode physical health over time. It fosters enhanced resilience, enabling you to bounce back more effectively from inevitable setbacks, whether dealing with a health scare, navigating financial difficulties, or coping with personal loss. Furthermore, purpose often encourages the adoption of healthier behaviors. When you possess a compelling reason to live well, you are naturally more inclined to make conscious choices regarding nutrition, stay physically active, and diligently nurture your important social relationships. Psychologically, Purpose serves as a powerful antidote to feelings of loneliness and depression, both of which are recognized as significant risk factors contributing to premature mortality. In essence, purpose acts as a holistic, unifying force, aligning your body, mind, and spirit synergistically toward achieving greater longevity and well-being. If you find yourself unsure about where to begin your search for purpose, draw inspiration from those who have already walked similar paths. The centenarians residing in Sardinia, another designated blue zone, frequently cite their cherished roles as grandparents or respected community elders as central components of their purpose. They remain actively engaged, feel valued by others, and stay physically active, whether through sharing traditional stories, offering guidance, or tending to livestock. Similarly, individuals who dedicate their time and energy to volunteering for causes they genuinely care about often report experiencing heightened feelings of fulfillment and revitalization, regardless of their age. Remember that even seemingly small actions, such as writing thoughtful letters, teaching a skill you possess to someone else, or participating in community gardening projects, can effectively anchor you in something meaningful beyond yourself. The essential keys are consistency in your efforts and ensuring a genuine connection to activities or goals that truly ignite your passion and enthusiasm. So, there you have the 5 essential wisdoms, insights designed not just to potentially add more years to your life, but more importantly, to add vibrant life to those years. Stay curious and keep learning. Move your body consistently and joyfully. Nurture your vital social connections. Nourish your body with wholesome foods, and discover or rediscover your unique sense of purpose. We've covered quite a bit today, and I'm genuinely interested in hearing from you. What specific insight resonated most strongly? Please share one key takeaway from our discussion in the comments section below, perhaps something you plan to integrate into your own life moving forward. Your feedback is incredibly valuable. If you found this video helpful and appreciate the insights shared on old age wisdom, please take a moment to like the video, leave your comment, share it with friends or family who might benefit, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content aimed at living a fulfilling life at any age. Stay vibrant, stay engaged, and I look forward to connecting with you again in our next video.